Sahih Al Bukhari, the Book of Revelation, Chapter 1, How the Divine Revelation started being revealed to Allah's Messenger. Hadith number 6, narrated by Ibn Abbas. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, was the most generous of all the people, and he used to reach the peak of generosity in the month of Ramadan when Jibreel met him. Jibreel used to meet him every night of Ramadan to study the Quran. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, was the most generous person, even more generous in goodness than the blowing wind, in readiness and haste to do charitable deeds. Brief commentary. Imam Bukhari placed this hadith in the Book of Revelation because the revelation of the Quran began in the month of Ramadan. Generosity is of different levels, the highest of which is extravagant generosity, where a person gives to others without being asked to. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was the most extravagant giver and most generous person. In this hadith, Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, reports that the Prophet, peace be upon him, was the most generous of all the people, and he used to be more generous in the month of Ramadan. Ibn Abbas also remarks that the Prophet, peace be upon him, was more generous, even more than the seasonal wind that Allah sends to drive clouds to bring forth rain and mercy. He was like that in Ramadan because he would meet the Archangel Jibreel, peace be upon him, the angel that conveys Allah's revelation to his prophets and messengers. He would revise the Quran he memorized with the angel Jibreel. The time they chose for revising was at night because it is the time when it is calm and one is free from distraction. It is reported that Jibreel, peace be upon him, used to revise the Quran with the Prophet, peace be upon him, once a year, but he did it twice in the year during which he passed away. This hadith encourages us to be generous at all times and shows us that visiting righteous people and sitting with them brings forth goodness and piety. It highlights that one should be more generous in his giving and reciting the Quran more than usual during this blessed month of Ramadan because Allah increases the rewards in this month. This hadith highlights the virtue of Ramadan and encourages us to revise and study the Quran more. Finally, Ramadan is a month of collecting rewards. We should exhaust ourselves in chasing goodness. We should increase our voluntary charity on the path of Allah, as well as studying the Quran day and night.